Welcome to CLB's digital series, Where Are We Now? I am your host, Jocelyn Hunter, Senior Director of Communications at CLB. Joining me today is Tony Cancelosi, CLB's President and CEO. Tony, how are you? What are some highlights to share this third quarter as we prepare to enter the fourth quarter of this year?
Well, I guess I'm excited to be here because we are working on the whole theory of accessibility for people that are visually impaired and blind. And we recently came to winning a contract with the Disability Rights Commission here in Washington, D.C. to train them on 508 technology for accessibility. And that is the most exciting thing we could ever want, to get the support of the Disability Rights Commission here in Washington, D.C. Start promoting accessibility for our visually impaired and blind population. Pretty exciting.
Oh, that is exciting. And speaking of accessibility and inclusion, as we connect those dots to employment, our guests today include two individuals who happen to be colleagues of ours here at CLB. Erick, who is the Assistant Project Manager and Business and Workforce Services Consultant with CLB, as well as Kristen, one of the scanners, fulfilling a CLB contract for the Army National Guard, which is the largest contract that CLB currently has. Welcome, both of you, Erick and Kristen.
Thank you.
Hello, thank you.
So let's get started. Erick, can you describe for us what is your role exactly as it intersects with this particular scanning contract?
It's kind of a hybrid role. I look at it. It really focuses on the talent and skill development of our current staff, and really trying to identify and bring in new staff. I think I came over on the contract in June, somewhere in there, earlier this year. And at that point, we had brought on 3 new people to the contract, and we're really trying to refine our infrastructure and identify ways to bring on more folks to the contract. It's, as you mentioned, it's pretty robust, pretty large, and can be somewhat, I won't call it technical, but pseudo-technical in terms of the work that's being done. So it's kind of a niche market of folks that we're looking for with the skills and abilities to be successful on the contract.
Great. Very important function you have there. Thank you, Erick.
You're welcome.
Kristen, it is a pleasure to again welcome you to Where Are We Now? You are no stranger to CLB, and our guests are in store for a real treat as you unpack your story with CLB, which dates back to several decades ago, correct?
Yes, it does, which is exciting.
And do you remember your earliest memories of CLB?
My earliest memories, I've been actually with CLB since before working with CLB. I was a part of CLB even as a child. So it's amazing that I was able to basically grow up with CLB. So my earliest memories was getting equipment sent to my school and seeing the doctors at CLB and being in the programs that were offered at CLB. Those were my earliest memories. And now being able to have the opportunity to work for CLB for these years, it's been such a privilege and an honor to learn so much and grow and get so many learning experiences and gaining so much knowledge under my belt from CLB. It's been awesome.
That is awesome. You're right. I just love these full circle experiences, these examples that you have just communicated, where you were introduced to CLB at an early age as a child, no less, and now you are gainfully employed for CLB, fulfilling the largest contract that CLB currently has.
Yes.
And that is a testament to your tenacity, to CLB's capabilities to stay connected in the community and to reach people for training and employment.
Absolutely. And, it was always a dream. I remember I used to tell my mom when I used to come and visit CLB as a child, I used to see people like me sitting behind the desk and working. I was like, Mom, this is gonna be my dream one day to work in an office like this young girl who can't see like me. And it's funny because I don't know what happened. I could never figure out how to tap into it. It was almost like trying to get into the government. And I was like, dang. But then one day, years ago, I had sent an email and I just poured out my heart, I was like, I don't think, I can fit all of this in a resume. So I'm just going to send an email to CLB and hope that somebody will find it and embrace my issues. And lo and behold, Tony was the one that got the email. And I was like, amazing, coincidentally. And he just immediately brought me in.
That is amazing. And right, that, Kristen, was at the height of the pandemic. That was in the fall of 2020 when you were pursuing this employment and you put forth that email and you got that response from Tony, and here you are today. Congratulations.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Kristen, how do you currently use your platform, your voice as an active employee here at CLB to encourage others to pursue their dreams of training and employment? Have you had such opportunity?
I have, and especially when I came onto this contract and when I first started being embraced by Kim, my supervisor, and my coworkers, which was also such a major part because I was nervous and I didn't think I could do it, but they were patient and they pushed me and motivated me. It was like, you can do this. This is for you. This is what this job is for, especially my supervisor. And she just kept putting me on everything, wanted me to learn everything. And once I was able to learn everything and I got a handle on it, that's when I got that spark. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's not as scary or as hard. And so I started reaching out to other people who were visually impaired that were struggling and didn't think that there was, nothing out there for them. And I told them there is definitely hope. There is definitely so much more that we're able to do that we can't believe that we don't give ourselves the benefit because of the equipment that CLB offers, like the JAWS and the Zoom techs and the CCTVs, and it's just so much. It's just amazing. So I shout it from the moon, from everywhere. I'm in the streets. If I see somebody walking down the street with a cane, hey, have you seen yourself working in the office or working on a contract? I got a place for you, somewhere for you to reach out to and contact. So I'm constantly motivating people or telling people about CLB.
That's fantastic. That is so much appreciated. That peer-to-peer recruitment is invaluable. And for everyone listening to this episode, please know that there are opportunities for employment, for training here at Columbia Lighthouse for the Blind. Please get in touch with us. Visit clb.org or give us a call at 202-454-6400. Kristen, you mentioned the accessibility, those examples of the Zoom text, the JAWS, the CCTV, those devices certainly help to create an inclusive experience, a seamless work environment for me, for people, other people we employ who are blind or visually impaired. It's essential. So thank you for making reference to those devices. Well, as we are looking forward to recognizing National Disability Employment Awareness Month in October, your story, Kristen, is a shining light, a shining example of the capabilities of people with vision loss and the significance of Columbia Lighthouse for the Blind's mission and the work that we do daily to serve our community. Thank you all for joining us today. Erick, Kristen, Tony, thank you for sharing time out of your day to enlighten us all about the work of CLB and how we all contribute to the mission.
No, thank you for the opportunity.
Yes. Thank you for the opportunity.
And thank you all for your time tuning into this latest episode of CLB's Where We Now. For more information about CLB, including how you can get involved and support our mission, please visit clb.org.